You begin your broadcast.
Hey, mic check 1 2. I just got kicked out and then brought back in. Did that happen to a lot of you here? Did you see me go away and disappear? Hold on here. Alex, are you there? Because you definitely just kicked us all out. And then I just restarted it back up. I don't even know if she's back in yet. But continue our conversation. What's up, Teresa? What's up, John? Can you guys just give me in the chat, yes, I can still see you. Yes, I can hear you. All that good stuff. Just because before we go, I want to make sure you're all squared away there. Okay, cool. We're back.
That was really weird.
Alex, you closed the entire We'll Go To webinar. Good job. Bravo.
No, it quit on me.
No, you ended the webinar for all. Let me promise you, it's recorded. And you got 83 people at that point that saw it and counting. So I want to let you know this is real. This happened. So don't leave.
Right.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah. No.
Okay, you're going to just have to live with it because we can't have that happen again. But I'll read all the questions aloud, and then Alex can answer. You could probably still respond. We're hearing the whole ding. Can you guys see now? Are you still hearing that, Christian? You should be good now. Betty, can you hear us? Betty says she can hear us. Betty, mic check. Let's see.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, cool. Yo, can you guys hear us now? Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the world of technology. But this was a user error. Alex just decided to shut down the whole entire GoTo webinar for everybody. Shit happens when you're giving a live presentation, but it's all good. We're here. We're back. We're about to get started. Cool. We're good. Oh, man, Alex, this is not good. They're going off. Okay, cool. We'll give it another minute here, and then we're going to jump right in. Does anybody have any specific questions before we get started? Billy says, I landed 2 local clients at $22.50 a month. Thanks for your clicks in the customer's course. I took a while ago. Thanks. But, hey, good shit. Good job, Jeff. Hey, there's a testimonial before you even start. I like that. Conan always blaming Alex. That's right. That's what you do when you got a good team. All right, let's get into this. Alex, we're good on that side. Do you see the recording light? Can you guys all see the recording light? We should be good. What's a good industry to get your first client in? The industry that you're most seasoned in, Dale, and the one that you're most confident that you can deliver results. And we'll go through that today on this call. All right. So, what up?
It's being recorded, yes.
All right, cool. So, game time. While your agency struggles acquiring new clients, retaining existing clients, and making enough profit to pay your team and making a profit. Before I even go anywhere, how many of you can relate to those issues? Period. At some point, if it's not you now, was it you in the past? Because it was definitely me. I'm literally raising my hand in my office here. Here, exactly. I think that's everybody, right? So I want to thank you for coming. You guys could be anywhere in the world right now, especially at a Friday, but you decided to be here. It shows me you're serious about your business. And so this is my promise to you, right? This is my promise, is that I am going to deliver real value, right? And my definition of value is different than industries. My definition of value is knowledge and strategies that you can implement today that will help you scale your business and help you pay your bills, meaning you will learn some shit here today that you can actually implement into your business and start making money as a result. All right, that's what I want. If you don't get that from here, then I will send you an Amazon gift card for $20. So if you come here and I feel like I wasted your time, I shit you not, that's what I will really do. But for some reason tells me that nobody's going to ask for that. So when I say value, here's some examples of what I'm going to cover today. Number 1, the exact video that got me into the door of one of the largest franchises in the world. How we leveraged the results to pick up 23 other locations in an hour and a half. The exact campaign that I ran to generate my first $10,000 in a day. The exact agreement that we have in place with all of our vendors that keeps our clients sticking around for 6 to 8 months on average. The exact process for hiring a quality team that sticks with you and how to pay them, right? How many of you struggle determining if you should pay someone hourly, if you should pay someone salary, or if you should just bring on a bunch of contractors? Is that something that you guys are dealing with? Because I can definitely relate to that. Again here. Love it. Cool. Yep. We're all on the same page there. Also, I'll show you the exact worksheet to determine whether a client is worth it or if they're not worth it. How many of you are currently dealing with a client that you consider a pain in the ass? They demand a ton, but they pay you the least but they pay you least. How many of you are dealing with that right now in your business? Just give me a yes, that's me. And we're getting a lot of yeses here. Cool. And then lastly, in the whole encompassing, I guess, point of this presentation, is just the overall strategy that I used to get over 300 clients in the last 2 years. And then at the end, we're going to finish it up as always with a live Q&A where you can, ask me whatever the heck you want to. All right. So let's get into this. For those of you who don't know me, is anyone here not familiar with us or who I am yet? And that's okay if it's totally, that should be a lot of you probably. I'm Billy Jean. I'm the CEO of a 7-figure Facebook ads agency. That's kind of weird to say out loud, but it's cool. I work in my office in downtown San Diego. That's where we're all at. And my second home in Portland, Oregon, which is where I'm at right now. I got an awesome weird team that kicks major ass. That's Alex who said that. I wouldn't say kicks major ass, but that works. My dad's here with me, actually. Everybody say hi to my dad. Sitting behind me here. And so it's going on. So fun facts that will help you trust me, right? There's a lot of people out here who say they're doing this, but I think it's important to go over this. I don't want you to think I'm bragging, but if you're like me, you're skeptical as hell, right? So you want to see the proof. So Facebook chooses 1 out of 12 people a year to be flown to their Facebook headquarters to speak directly to their policy team, the people who approve and disapprove ads, right? How many of you have had an ad disapproved on Facebook? How many of you have had an ad disapproved on Facebook before? Just type, yes, that's me. Like, it happens all the time, right? So I actually got to sit down face to face with them and actually ask them, hey, what's going on? And they were able to get feedback from me, and I was able to kind of speak on behalf of the community of like, look, this is what we're struggling with. And it was really cool. It was really insightful. But that's a picture of me there in the bottom left that you can see, and that's actually me speaking there. We actually recorded some footage because it was a pretty cool experience. And by the way, they have the tightest office ever. If you guys have ever done a tour, it's pretty fantastic. On average, we spend about 200 to 300K a month on testing, right? Between our agency, our multiple accounts, students, etc. We see a lot of data, what's working and what's not. And then I've taught thousands of business owners how to start, grow, or scale their businesses using Facebook ads. I've done everything from one-on-one. I've done everything from group coaching. I've done live events, etc. And then Alex included some screenshots here of some of our business manager accounts. So one's got, 67 grand in there, one 87 grand in like 3 weeks time or something like that. But anyways, just some screenshots so you guys can see that for those of you who don't know us, that we're not full of crap like a lot of these other people are out there. And I'm probably even the most transparent person that you've ever dealt with. So if you have questions, I will answer them. I can see the chat. I got it pulled up here, and I won't hesitate to, to call you out, talk some shit, crack a joke, and just be human. Here's some of the companies that we've worked with, from your Kia Motors, Sauna Sensation, Studio Bar, European Wax Center, Massage Jimmy, Orange Theory Fitness, Crunch Fitness, Kids in the House, Tidal Boxing, Leader Bikes, and the list continues. What I like about these companies in particular is that they're local businesses, and a lot of them are franchises, right? So how many of you are currently servicing local businesses? Meaning your local chiropractor, your local dentist, your local doctor, all those things. Local businesses. We are good. That's my target market. Fantastic. Cool. Loco. Good. A lot of you. Cool. And then for those of you who are saying no, well, guess what? I'm going to show you some cool strategies to start acquiring them, because what's fun about the local space is they're way behind time, right? Traditional businesses have no idea about this digital marketing stuff. So everything you bring to them is like the biggest game changer ever, right? So the opportunity for this industry is sweet. So you should all be really excited about this skill set that you have or that you're about to sharpen, because you can make a bunch of money. Teresa says they are often cheap. Teresa, I hate to call you out, but I'm going to do it because you're behind a computer and it's safe, but that's probably your fault, and you're probably just dealing with the wrong clients, and that's the type of shit I'm going to talk about today. All right? So beyond all that stuff, I'm really just a dad. So there's my baby girl, Kailani. She's in the other room right now, and she's, I think, a 1 month old as of tomorrow. Right, so she's still in week 3. That's her and I on the Xbox, and she's asleep. No, she's not asleep. She's with my mom. They're up visiting. So yeah, so that's that. Billy, I'm a father. I'm an uncle. Play the harmonica. I play video games. I'm probably really down to earth and very normal. So yeah, thank you for all the kind comments and all that good stuff. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. So before we proceed, you are all here for a reason, right? So I want you to put away all your distractions, your cell phone. Matter of fact, I'm going to put mine on silent too, right? I'm going to give you the same respect. But you're here to learn something. You're here to help your business grow. So just take this hour with us, right? Ask questions, be involved, and actually take this seriously. Because if you do, you will walk away with stuff to help you make more money. I promise you. Even my current students who are kind of on here and just checking out, I will go over something new that I haven't covered, as I always do, that could make all the difference in the world for your current situation. All right? So let's have an honest conversation with ourselves before we get it popping. So I can't help you until I learn more about you. All right. So I got a couple questions. Do all of you have a notepad and a pen, or at least another window or something where you can write things down, or you could put it on your screen? Just give me a yes. I got a pen. I can take some notes, Billy. Just give me chat in there with me and just let me know if you can do that. Cool. Good. Fantastic. Good. Hugh, Tanya, I see you. Steven, I see you. Eric, I see you. Steven, another Steven, I see you. Conan, I see you. 2 Conans. Who would have guessed that? Julian, good. Okay. Now you guys are ready. Heat check. I want to check your pulse. How many of you are currently marketing yourselves as experts of the following? And when I say that, I mean on your website, if people discover you or you're having conversations, how many of you are marketing yourselves as the experts of one of the following or more of the following of these areas? Web design, email marketing, copywriting, Facebook ads, Pinterest, SEO, Yelp, SEM, reputation marketing, blogging, PPC, review marketing, graphic design, web design, brand development, and social media management. So what I want you to do with that is, for the number of services, because I want to see how diverse you guys are, for the number of services that you're providing, steps 1 through 10, I would love to know how many that you're doing. So I want you to actually take that number and I want you to write it down. Just take the number from 1 to 10, how many of these services that you're actually offering. And if your service isn't on here, but there's some additional ones that you do, let me know. So write it down, and then I also want you to type it in here on the chat so I can kind of see and get a gauge of the room here. Okay? So some people say 5. All right? Some people just getting started. 0, 7, 5. Continue 7, 2, 3. Okay? 7, 11. Holy cow. Okay? 2, 1, 3, plus video marketing. So that's counts. So then you're at 4. Someone says 10, right? Okay, good. 2, 10, 5, just to give you guys a number. So everyone have that number down, all right? We're going to do another one here. How many of you are working with clients in all different types of industries, right? So for every industry that you're working with, I want you to write down a number of scales 1 to 10. 1 to 10 of how many different industries. So in other words, doctors, lawyers, chiropractors, jewelry stores, physical products, video as a client, etc. Okay, I see a lot of 10s. I see 7s. Make sure you write these down too. I see 3, Hugh. I see Chris with 1, 6. Okay, 2. I'm just kind of see how diverse everybody is. How diverse. 2. Okay, cool. 10s. A lot of higher numbers up there. Dozens over the years, someone says. Okay, so next question, and this requires honesty. Remember, you're all safe behind a fucking computer right now. It doesn't really matter what you say, okay? How uncertain are you that you can deliver a positive ROI for every single one of those clients every single time according to their standards, right? It can't be like, well, I brought you customers and you should have made money from them. How uncertain are you? How uncertain are you? So the higher the numbers, the more uncertain that you are. If you're super confident and certain, then you're a 1. Okay, so again, high numbers here. 6, 5, 7, 9, 10, right? 9, 5 or 6, right? Now, again, as you're kind of filling out this question, I think you see where I'm going with this. But don't you think if you're providing a service as a professional, you should be closer to the 1? Everybody agree with that? You should probably know you can bring somebody some results before you're asking them to pay you. So I want you to all evaluate your number, and then I want you to look at your income, and only you know that. Do you think there's a direct correlation? Think we may be onto something today? you think this may help? All right, let's get into it. So look, I want you to add all 3 of those numbers down. I want you to add all 3 of those numbers down. And what was your final score? Okay? What was your final score? Give me your scores. 10, 15, 9, 15, 13, 25, 15. Let's see who has the highest. 19, 14, 12, 6, 3, okay? 25, 17. Damn, we got some numbers up there, all right? So let's get into this. If you scored above a 9, and a 9 you're barely making it, You're suffering from something that Alex and I made up last night called nada. You are suffering from something called nada. What the fuck is nada? It means you have no skills. It means you're a jack of all trades. It means you lack a duplicatable process, and you lack, most importantly, absolute clarity on your business. You lack absolute clarity on your business. And I'm not saying this in a way to kind of hate, but just to kind of make a joke or to make fun here, that the reason why you're not growing and where you're at is because you're doing too much. Let me give the example, and I've given it time and time again, but it never gets old to me. If you're bleeding out and your heart it feels bad and you feel like you're not going to live, and you crawl into a hospital and there's two doctors there, and one says, man, I've just got done doing, 13 open heart surgeries. I got this. And then there's another doctor who's like, man, I went to med school. I work mostly on broken legs, but I think I can help you. Who are you going to choose every single time? And type it in, because I want you to feel it. Who are you going to choose every single time? Every single time. The seasoned vet. And that's why they can charge more money, and that's why they're so highly paid. Dez Bryant, wide receiver for the Cowboys. He got the biggest contract in the world because he's the only person in the world who can catch a ball and run routes like he can. Therefore, he demands the most money. Not to mention, unless you guys know a secret code to make more hours in a day, I have no idea how you have the time to master websites, graphic design, Facebook, Instagram, PPC, Pin. How do you do it? Does anybody have? Do you got a stopwatch that freezes time and gives you bonus minutes in the day? Do you know something I don't? So if I can teach you anything, and you can leave with one thing today, is to knock off the jack of all trades, and I'll show you the value there. I'll show you the value there. All right, so next, if you're working with more than 3 industries, you probably lack a duplicatable process. So something that all of you agency people will know, and that's why I made this specifically for agency people, is when you're working with different industries, how many of their processes are the same? In other words, if you're generating leads for a doctor and you're selling products for a client and then doing something in B2B and then working for a real estate agent, how similar are those campaigns, or are they completely different? Is it completely different to service a completely different industry, or is it the same? Someone says it's all different. Someone says it's not all the same. Someone says they're different, right? So if you have 13 different industries that you're working with, and every single one is different, I mean, your process to service these people is all over the map. Right? So if you're a jack of all trades or you lack a duplicatable process, then you're definitely suffering from no clarity within your business, which makes it very, 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 very hard to grow. And I'm going to talk about that today. But I think this assessment is kind of fun, right? I think you should do it with all your marketing friends, right? We just made it up. I thought it was a good way to really kind of, I mean, do you guys find that helpful? Was that helpful to go through? Maybe it wasn't, and I won't do it again. Or maybe it was. Was it helpful to kind of have that honest conversation with yourselves? Yep. Okay, good. Reality check. Okay, good. Loved it. Good stuff. So I used to suffer from nada 4 years ago, and that's when I was $50K in debt. I just came off my mobile oil change company that didn't do too hot. I had negative $75 in my checkings account. And anybody, do you guys know how you get negative dollars in your checkings account? Doesn't it sound like impossible? Does anyone know how to do that? You got to overdraft. You got to spend money that you don't have, and then they charge you. And then if you don't pay off those overdraft fees, they actually close your bank account. How do I know? Because it happened. I did it. My bank account was closed like fucking twice. True story, right? So I was living at my mom and dad's house. Dad's behind me. Shout out to him. Before I got kicked out because they found out I didn't finish college and I didn't finish my last class at the University of San Diego, which isn't funny to them at all. So, but it happened. So now at this point, I'm kind of living in my car. I'm living on friends' couches, trying to be an entrepreneur, jack of all trades, or whatever the heck I did, some internet marketing guy. I couldn't articulate it in one sentence. And then finally, I'm at my buddy Brandon's house, who I just talked to, still a good friend today. And I hear a beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And my car was getting towed. Now, remember, I'm living in my car at the time. So my car is really my house. I got all my stuff in there. I got my clothes. I got the whole deal. It gets towed. At this point, I got no money. I got negative money, right? I had to make a lot of money to be considered broke. And so my car gets towed. It's off. And then I just start crying, right? So at this point, you got to take the slice of humble pie. And I just called my dad. I was like, hey, man, I got my car towed. Can you help me out? And he said, Billie Jean, I got to go. But do me a favor. make it happen. And so that's what you see is on the wall in my office. That's my office right there in San Diego. And on the wall, you have it here to make it happen, right? Because I was in a spot and I had no choice but to just figure it out, right? It wasn't a sympathy thing. This is not a sad story. This is funny. I was in a shitty situation. I did some things to change that, and now I'm not. That's life, people. Don't feel bad for yourself. Just make it happen. Make it happen. So as a result of that, I discovered a cure for what most of us suffer from when we're kind of scaling our business. I discovered a cure for nada. All right? And that's getting specific and getting laser focused. So my name's Billy Gene, and I help businesses find customers using paid Instagram and Facebook ads. My name is Billy Gene, and I teach people how to use paid Instagram and Facebook ads to build a business. There it is. There's the 2 sentences in my business. How many of you can articulate your business in 1 sentence? Be honest, right? We're being real here. This is a real, true reality check with ourselves. We're having an honest, safe conversation hidden behind a computer screen. How many? Most people are saying no, right? A couple people saying yeah. That's good. That's good, right? We're all at different points. But if you don't, you're going to have a very difficult time growing your business. And I'd like to help you avoid that today. So while your agency is struggling, you're not a master of a specific skill set, which is why it's hard for you to deliver certain results every single time. Number 2, you don't have a process. Therefore, it's impossible to scale your business. When you don't have checklists, when you don't have a process, you cannot build a team because nobody will know what the hell to do. They just won't. They'll have no idea what to do. I mean, how many of you have tried to bring somebody on to help you kind of market? Maybe it was a friend, maybe it was a family member, maybe it was an employee, and it just went horrible. You got frustrated because you thought they were dumb. You thought they couldn't figure it out. You got frustrated. They thought you were unorganized, and everybody just kind of yelled at each other like, what the heck is going on? And you lost money. How many of you have suffered from that? Just tell me, be honest. You're safe behind a computer right now. This is safe zone. How many of you suffered from that? I was there. I was there. That happened, right? My point is, when you don't have process, I mean, nothing, it's impossible to grow. Look at your big companies like McDonald's. Same thing every single time. Wherever you go, McDonald's is McDonald's. That's a result of gross process, okay? So, number 1, let's get into the good stuff here now that we've had an honest conversation, we've evaluated yourself. Mastering a skill set, being really insanely good at something. Now, what does that mean? Being able to deliver consistent and predictable results. This is the difference between scaling your business and surviving. Let me show you what I mean. So right now, I'm going to show you a video that I created. Some of you have seen it before. If you have, enjoy it. Again, it's short. For those of you who haven't, enjoy it too. It may be a little hard to hear, so as we're going, tell me if it is so I can give you an overview for what's happening, okay? So this is what really changed my business here. Let's get into it. It'll be a little slow, but you should get the premise. What's up, everybody? Check it out. For the next 48 hours, we're going to break the record for most amount of massages booked at a massage envy. It's one of the biggest franchises in the world, and we're going to do it at Massage Envy Pacific Beach. Todd Randall owns it. He already do lead generation for a lot of his other companies. And the trick is, he has no idea what to do. I want everyone at my house at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's my house in San Diego. We're going to pack up the office. I'm talking about green screens, cameras, computers, whatever it is we need. We're going to their location. We're setting up for the day, and we're going to break this damn record. Mom, aka Cece, I need you to handle all of the lane, reps, the ad copy. I need your best writing, bust out the skills. Gigi, aka Gentle Giant, I need you directing. Nick, I want you editing. So as we're going through this, we're going to need to build a video in real time. Jordan, I want you to oversee the project. Justin, Gina, I want you guys with me. We're going to be handling all the targeting and the demographics to make sure we're showing the advertisements to the right people. Got it? So let's make it happen. It's 7 a.m. We're on our way to Massage Envy Pacific Beach to pull off a Billie Jean Blitz. They have no idea we're coming.
Hey, Billie Jean, good morning.
Good to see you.
What are you doing here in person?
We're taking over your spot. This is my team. Say hi, Todd. Hi, Todd. So if you can do us a huge favor and just stay out of the way and watch us make you a lot of money. Thanks, buddy. Ads ready to go. Targeting's complete. Landing page is complete. Videos ready to be published. Let's go live, baby. Someone's still got to wear a seatbelt when I crash. We created their ad image and landing pages. Here's the results of our campaign.
Can I hold it for a second?
Todd Randall, my man. So, tell me, let everybody know what the hell happened in the last 24 hours.
I think the reason that we had to pause it so quickly is because we had already reached a choke point where we weren't able to book the number of leads that were coming in. We had 290 requests for appointments.
290 people.
Last night.
290
24 hours.
24-hour period.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that sounds great, but it represents a problem for me because now I got to find a way to get in the doors. And for perspective, we normally have about 420 leads between both clinics in a month's time, and in 24 hours we had 290 requests. So clearly a victory.
Is there anything you would like to tell all the other
Listen closely.
people in cyberspace about that?
Well, you've proven it a couple times, Billie Jean. Billie Jean is marketing.
Bam! You heard it. So that's Todd. He's cool, man. He's a cool guy. Let me fast forward to where I was there. Hold on a second. Was that helpful for everybody to see really quick there? Could you guys actually hear it and see the content there? Is that kind of helpful to see there? Okay, so that was dope. Okay, good. Good feedback there. Good stuff. So people got some questions, but did you get the premise? And if you didn't, I'll give you the quick overview. Basically, we took a Massage Envy location and we pretty much just built them a Facebook ads campaign and brought them a bunch of business in a day and documented the results. That's all that happened on that video. So if you didn't really follow that, well, that's what you need to know in regards to this presentation. So let me continue on and show you why this is extremely important here. All right. Mastering a skill set, video, boom, let's go into it. So we got 290 leads for them, right, in a single day. And they're a membership company, meaning customers stay with them for like a year and get their massage and pay monthly. But when I created this campaign for them, they literally paid me $0. They paid me $0 to run this big campaign for them. They got them this crazy result, and I got paid nothing. Why? Why in the world would I do something like that? Because they were our ideal client. How do I determine if a customer is ideal? How do I determine if a customer is ideal? Okay, so first question before I show you this, and then I'll actually show you guys the campaign, so make sure you're alerted and pay attention. How many of you have a process to determine if a client is worth your time? How many of you have a process to determine if a client is worth your time? Like, in other words, are they a good or bad client? Just give me a yes in the chat if you do. Give me a no. If yeah, some of my students say since the call yesterday, right? So I'm going to show them a little something. Only in my head, exactly. Let me tell you something. If it's in your head, it doesn't really exist. Write it down. That's the advice I can give you. Check it out. Number one, here's 10 questions that you can ask, students who are already, working with us, and, we'll just hook you up with the PDF. But here's the questions you got to ask yourself. Number one, how easy is it to find their target audience on Facebook and Instagram in this case, now that they have their paid advertisements? So ladies who want massages, I'm going to give that a 9 in score. Pretty easy. Next, how active is that audience on Facebook? Yeah, the demographic that's on, they're on Facebook all day long, every day. How bad does their ideal client want their product or service? I'm going to give that a 9 too. Who the hell, who wouldn't like a massage right now? Who wouldn't like a massage right now? Especially maybe a free one. I think everybody in here is going to say yeah, right? So it's a great actual offer. How non-competitive is the niche? Well, there's other massage places, let's be real, right? So I'll give that about a 6. How affordable is their product or service? They're not the cheapest either. I gave that about a 7 because, most people can still afford it, but it's the price point to make you think. Next is, which objective are you trying to accomplish? And I want you to pay attention here. Which objective are you trying to accomplish? I'm going to pick the number 7. So if you look on the right-hand side and it says, which objective are you trying to accomplish? The first thing says in person. So if someone's trying to get someone to meet with them in person, well, now you're asking for someone's time. The only commodity you can't get back, right? So to do that, it's going to be more difficult. That's why it rates a 2, 1 being the most difficult, right? Next is a 30-minute phone call, getting somebody on the phone. I give that about a 6 in regards to easiness level. Next is getting people to register for a webinar. That's like a 5. Next is booking a free appointment. That's like a 7, pretty easy to do. Getting someone to book a paid appointment is a 3 because the moment you ask for someone's credit card, it becomes more difficult. Getting someone to purchase online is a 1. That's the holy grail of marketing, to just run a campaign and have money fall out the sky. I've done it a few times. It works great, but it's very difficult to achieve. Next is an inbound phone call. I give that about a 5. Next is collecting a name, email, and phone number, which is probably one of the easiest things to do and what most clients want. So I give that about an 8. So for this, the objective was to book a free appointment with them. I think it was actually a paid appointment, but a free appointment with them, which gave it a 7 and me thinking about taking them on as a client. Next is, what is their social presence? Do they already have a Facebook, Instagram, or am I starting all of this for them? And they're pretty dialed in, so I gave it an 8. How much content do they have? When you're creating campaigns, you don't want to spend your time coming up with the original shit. Use what they've already invested thousands of dollars in and repurpose it. So I give them a 10 there because they've been around forever and they got a lot of content. Next is, this is important, and I want everybody to take notes here. Do you still have those notepads with you? Do they have a current sales process in place? Do they have a current sales process in place? Let me explain to you what I mean. You can bring someone all of the leads in the world, but if the second that customer enters into their business, they don't know how to service them, they don't know how to follow up, they don't understand the importance of speed to getting to contact and all of those things, then you're fighting an uphill battle. So when you're dealing with your dentist and your chiropractor space, guess what? Those guys are dentists and chiropractors. They're not salesmen. They're not marketing people. So that's going to be a little more challenging to educate them on the process, right? On the process. So I gave them about a 7 because they do have an excellent process being a franchise. However, they're not used to really following up. They're used to really all inbound. That's why I got a 7. And then next, do they have multiple locations to provide services for? Thinking of the future, thinking of scale, they get a 10 there. So they totaled an 82 out of 100 points, which gives them about a B- grade. Now, is a B- good? It's cool. I got 3 O's my entire life. So, I mean, I think it works pretty well, right? Like, that's what I got. So I think it's pretty solid. What do you guys think here? Is this helpful to go through? Is this something that you can take right away and apply it to your business and start firing your current customers? Is this actually tangible shit that you get value from? I hope so. Good. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Everybody's chatting now. Good. That's the point of this, right? Okay, use it. Please do. Next, step 2, prospecting. Delivering value in advance. Hashtag help someone pay their bills. Remember, I told you the definition of value before we started this. And so that's what I'm really trying to do here is I created this campaign for them. I spent $1,000 of my own money. I took out $1,000 and I went to this other business and I said, hey, I'm going to send you $1,000 worth of leads. Is that okay with you? Now, how many businesses say no to that? When you put it like that, is that not going to increase your chances of getting in front of them times 1,000 gazillion? Of course it is. So I spent $1,000 on my own to do that. And as a result of that, having worked with a lot of people within their franchise, it brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue. Was it worth that itty-bitty $1,000 when you're looking at the big picture? Was that a pretty good investment for me to make? Right? And then I paid for the video and advertised some other shit. But nonetheless, was it worth it? Does everybody see the clear value proposition here? Give some customers some shit in advance. Show them what you can do. Prove yourself. Stop feeling entitled. Earn it. And then get paid as a result. Just type in yes in the chat if you're with me right now. Right? This is a conversation. I don't want to be talking at you guys. Yes. Cool. 1,000 gazillion. Good. Fantastic. Let's continue. So does anybody want to see the actual campaign that I created to do this? Anybody want to see that? Probably not, huh? Alex, should we just close out? We got some other shit to do? What's going on in the office in San Diego right now?
Yeah, I can close the webinar for you again if you'd like.
Yeah, get away from that. Okay, cool. So let's go through this, right? So the campaign I ran. I'll meet you in the middle. I'll give you half of it, right? Because I'm saving the other half, like the real magic, for my students who actually take our course. I'm in business to make money like you, so I got to hold something back, right? And so let's look at the ad. It says, attention ladies, new to Massage Envy, we're giving away 50 offer codes to try a custom massage for 50% off our non-member prices. Click through to claim yours now. Again, notice something. This is not salesy, right? I'm not pushing like, hey, come in and buy our holiday seasonal pass. This is an opportunity. You get 50 offer codes to come in and get half off of the freaking massage. Now listen, something very careful or something that's important to know. I was able to get away with offering 50% off because of the brand equity this company already has. If you just have a regular massage place that people don't really know about, then giving 50% off still sounds like to them that they have to pay. Value is only built after you understand, and experience what that person or that company has to offer. Like I tell my students every time, nobody would ever take my courses unless you learned from me previously and I was already able to help you, right? Because you know what it's worth, okay? So that's the actual ad we ran there. 50% off custom massage at our Claremont location. Cool, nothing too crazy there. For the landing page, we brought them to a video background landing page. For those of you who aren't using video background landing pages, you're messing up. For those of you who don't know how to make them, I go over it in detail in my course, right? So it says, want to save 50% off a custom massage, 12 remaining. There's some urgency there. They click in, they give their information, and that was the premise of the campaign that we built. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said if that was it, right? There's obviously certain email follow-ups that we give. There's some retargeting to it. There's some other split tests that we did. There's a mobile-friendly version of the ad. There's a lot of good stuff, but like I said before, you got to work with us to get all of that, okay? And I don't feel bad about that. I feel like we're going to go over a lot of stuff here, okay? Now, before I go on to the next slide, this is important to understand for all of you, and I'm going to reiterate it to people who have already worked with us in the past. Listen, if you're going to deliver leads to a business, you need to understand how much money they make as a result of that, because when they make more money than they're spending, usually 3 to 1, when they're making $3 for every dollar that they invest into you, that's when you get clients that stick around with you for like us for literally years, and they pay you monthly, and you got that recurring revenue set up, okay? To do that, you need to document not just your success in your campaigns, but the results that you're bringing, even if you don't like the numbers. So for those of you who've been in my presentations before, you may have seen this sheet before, and it's everything. It's the holy grail. So let me give you an example. If I brought them, and this is for, I don't remember what company this was for, but let's say I brought them 1,025 leads. Out of those 1,025 leads, 113 of those leads became members, right? They invested, including paying me and their advertising spend, $9,433 into this campaign. As a result of that, they generated $20,000 in the first month. On average, most clients stick around for 6 months, bringing in an additional $55,000 in revenue from that initial $9,000 that they spent. So when you take into account what they spent, right, versus the revenue that's going to be generated over the course of 6 months, then they're going to make a shitload of money. Fun facts, 11% of those became members. It currently costs them $83 to acquire a new member. How many of you can work with your customers and tell them, hey, every time you spend $83, you're going to get a member who pays you $100 a month? Woo! How many of you can do that? Well, if you can't and you have to sell against my company, you're fucked, because this is what we're coming with. You need to do this if you really want to succeed in this game. You need to be able to deliver tangible, predictable, and consistent results. That's the game we're in, and that's fair, right? You shouldn't be charging someone for something if they're not also getting something. That's a good relationship, okay? So continuing on there. Again, was that helpful to go through? For those of you who are new to me and haven't seen that before, is that helpful to go through and to show you that? Okay, getting a bunch of yeses, good stuff. Someone says, good, okay, cool. Someone says, man, this is fire. That's how I want you to feel. All right, step 4, ask their friends if they want the same results, #scale. This is how we decided to do it. Now, before I show you this next part, what I'm telling you here is that to really have a real business, a real agency, number 1, you got to be able to bring somebody results. #mastering a skill set. That's what I mean by that. Being able to bring someone predictable and consistent results. Once you do that, document your success. Document your success. Once you do that, share your results. So in other words, instead of going to every single other franchise owner, I can seriously just show them that video that I did, and they're going to all want to work with me. Now I'm attracting clients as opposed to pushing myself on them. So here's another franchise that we work with, and we've worked with over 175 of their locations. So once I got their initial wins, let me show you the video that I sent out to all of their owners to bring on more business, to scale, to get rapid growth. Make sure you're paying attention, because this video is very different, but nonetheless, I think you'll get a freaking kick out of it, okay? Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. It's kind of low in volume here. Wait for it. Let me rewind that. Hold up. I'm going to put this volume here so you guys can hear this, because it's important. Here we go.
team, of course. The math is simple. The more members
So the volume is low here, so I'll kind of narrate for you guys. But as you can see here, we're doing kind of a Street Fighter theme. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to bring up a bunch of examples of franchise locations that we've worked with and how much money that we made them. Now, why did I do this big Street Fighter thing? Because you have to entertain someone before you educate them. And I'm actually going to mute this because it's kind of hard to hear. And you're going to see here in the next couple of screenshots of the video how I delivered to them the results that we got as opposed to just putting it in an email. And so I had each person in my team actually dress up as a character. And for those of you who love video games, we went to a different stage in the video game to announce different results. So I said, okay, we worked with one of your locations in Washington Park. And look at the results we got, 149 leads in 12 hours, right? So pretty cool to kind of do it in a fun way. Then I had Terrence here. He talked about what we did and how many phones, like the phone actually ringing. That was his thing. So we got 25 calls in one day and closed 50% of the people that called. Like, what a strong stat. OTF Mission Valley, we went to another location, right? And then we show the stats here. 45 leads at an average cost of $2.50. So look how I'm displaying the credibility in the proof, right? All of this revolves around actually showing people what we've done based on proof. 24 leads closed 9 on the first day, right? And so someone says, can you define what you mean as lead? Getting the name, email, and phone number of somebody who wants to come into their gym. Getting the name, email, and phone number of someone who wants to come into their gym. So this is the video that we showed them. I'll kind of fast forward there at the end. I actually get on the table and I make them an offer, right? So I make them an offer. Now, using this stupid video, right, that other people would laugh at, other people said, Billy, you're crazy if you send this to a professional company. That's what they told me, is you're crazy. And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, business is people. You're just talking to people. Forget the corporate and all that. It's people. And no one's approaching them like this. So at this point in time, when I had this, I think I had about 30 of their locations. 4 months later, we ended up with 200 of their locations. Does anybody think it's stupid now? Did I look like an idiot there? Who's the joke then, right? So again, 30 clients to 200 leveraging results and delivering it in an entertaining way. Now that's not mandatory, right? That's my style. That's my agency. Honestly, if we called them and showed them results, the results spoke for themselves. It didn't matter. But this just helped it go viral in their franchise and help everybody see it and attract more customers. Does that make sense to everybody? And was that helpful to show and kind of just create your juices and your brain going in a whole different way, right? You know, someone says, did you say entertain someone before you educate them? 100%, right? 100%. That's why during this training, right, I'm obviously, you guys all know I have a lot of personality, right? Because I know if I don't have a personality, you're not going to actually pay attention to anything that I'm saying. So I got to keep it interesting, okay? So let's continue on. Tighten up your process, okay? So when you work within a specific niche and with certain companies, all of a sudden you start realizing that, damn, I keep doing the same thing every single time. So within our company, we have processes all over the place, and we have ad creation sheets that take you every step of the way of how to deliver those things, right? So if we need to create a campaign for Massage Envy or one of these other franchises that we've worked with, we literally have a repeatable process where someone can take out a checklist and go through step by step, and a stranger could build a fucking campaign. That's how you have to, that's how you have to set up your business, and that's how you're going to grow. All right, so step 7, build your team and scale. This only happens after you have process. If you don't have a process, if you don't have predictability, if you don't have consistency, my honest advice is don't hire someone yet until you have those things. Once you do, then you can start growing and everything becomes a math equation. So for example, I know with our process in place that one of my account managers can manage 30 people at a time, 30 clients at a time. One of my account managers can manage 30 people at a time. Now, a lot of you are thinking there's no way that's possible. It's probably because your business is where mine was, and that's in chaos. When you're working with so many different verticals, it is really hard to manage shit. But once your operation is tight and you have process, this is what you're able to do. And as a result of that, I can pay my account manager salary, right? I can pay them salary, and I can give them bonuses as opposed to going the route of, well, let me just find some cheap labor of someone who can get this done and try and make profit. Now I'm building a community, an environment. As you can see me now, as we talk a lot of shit, like we have fun, we have a culture, and we take cheesy pictures like the one that you're seeing here, right? But that only comes after process. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that bring a little clarity to the hiring process and kind of the scaling and building of it? Does that kind of put it in perspective? Let me know if it doesn't, if you'd like me to clarify. Okay? So let's keep going. Getting a lot of yeses there. Once in process, you can hire a team. That was a screenshot from a meeting with a company, a small business loans company, right before we closed them for 30 grand a month. It was really cool. So 30 grand a month client, it's a real thing, happened. It's possible. You can do it. And again, quick lesson here, because my dad's sitting right here. When I was about to ask this client, I was only going to hit him for 15K a month. And he said, what are you doing? You got to ask him for all of the marbles, quote unquote. And so as a result, I went in and I said 30 and they said yes. That's a really long story short. But for those of you who have a client right now and you're afraid to ask, when you know you can deliver results, all of a sudden you don't hesitate at all. Okay? You don't hesitate at all. So how did I create a campaign like that? How do I create these campaigns that actually win and actually get results? How did I figure that out? Well, I'm a big fan of coaching and training, honestly. Right now, I'm paying $2,500 a month to two of my buddies who are really good at Facebook ads. I teach about Facebook ads, right? I should know everything. I don't need any teaching. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I talk to my rep 2 to 3 times a week. I have other coaches who are doing other things and experiments, so I'm always learning. I'm paying $25,000 a year for a mentor program with some of the smartest business guys I've ever met in my life. Right? Why do I do that? Because as an adult, we have this dumb mentality that we just figure shit out and we'll just kind of go along and get by. Put it this way, from last year when I joined this mastermind group to now my business has tripled, if that gives you perspective. So this whole idea of trying to figure it out by yourself, I truly believe is arrogant, and that's something that I think I did when I was younger. And as I get older, the more I realize I don't know. As you get older, the more you realize you don't know and you're more apt to learning. So anyways, my name is Billy Jean, and I help local health and wellness businesses find customers using paid Facebook and Instagram ads. Hashtag, when you're specific, you can scale. So does everybody see that? I'm just saying my one sentence of what I do, and when you have that kind of clarity, remember I brought up clarity, it becomes easy to grow your business. All right? Alex says, what's the scope of work for someone who's doing 30K? It's the same for someone who's paying $500 a month. It's just a different industry, and I can make more money for that industry, so I can charge more, right? So experimenting to get a win, and I'm going to go into that a little bit right now here, Alex. Experiments to get a win. Experiments to get a win. So to figure out what worked for like these franchises I'm telling you about, it takes testing, right? It takes testing. And so I had to use what I've learned from my coaching and training and actually implement those things and try to figure out what's going to work. And to do that, it took a lot of focus. So when I called you out earlier about being a jack of all trades, I want to let you know that everything I just showed you is not possible when you're focused on so many things. And now that I've walked you kind of through the process, do you understand why it's important to master a certain skill set? And in my personal opinion, Facebook's probably the one to do right now and why it's so hot, right? But do you understand why it's so important to master and focus on that, okay? So check it out. When you have these repeatable processes, and franchises is a good place to start, but there's plenty of other businesses that are similar enough that you can work within, right? So there may not be a lot of dentist franchises, but it's the same shit for the most part, right? So once you get a hot fire case study, you share it with the world. So I'm going to show you guys something. All right. So check it out. And I put this ad up last month, and this is kind of a fun experiment. But I just talked about in 2011, my bank account closed, whatever, and then I started using case studies to attract business, and I showed that Massage Envy one that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm not kidding. From running this ad for I think it was a day or 2, maybe 3, we were able, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, we got about 300 messages. 300 messages in 24 hours, right? 300. Now we spent $8,200 on that campaign. So, I mean, I'm showing you a kind of a larger scale of it, but 300 people who wanted to work with us for $8 grand, that's insane. And it all came in a day's time. Imagine literally waking up tomorrow and 300 people saying, hey, can we give you money, right? We paid back our investment on that, I think literally 10 times over, something like that. Okay, so someone says, what could close? What percentage did you close? A lot of them we didn't want to work with. A lot of it ended up taking our course and education. And so I'll have to kind of get more stats, but we literally made 10 times more than we spent. Parshell, do you have personal love for health and wellness industry? How did you find those niches? They approached me. I had a solution for them. It worked. And then it just kind of spiraled. And then they continued to approach me. So that's how I really got in that niche. But like personally, I spend a lot of time servicing loan officers and first-time home buyers, right? And so I'm showing you an example. And actually, Parshell, great question, because that's going to transition here. Attract more laser-focused business, other franchises, or similar businesses. So check it out. When you're selling this service, when the process is this clear and this step-by-step and this predictable, you're no longer selling a service. You're now selling a product. And I want you all to kind of think about that because it's a little backwards, right, than your traditional marketing agency approach. You're selling a product, right? So when I talk to clients one-on-one and I'm, telling them to work with us, I'm not saying, investigating their business and being like, oh, well, maybe we can do some email, maybe we can do some Google, maybe we can do this. What I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, this is how much you're going to pay. This is how much you need to spend in advertising to hit your goals. I have everything else covered. I'm going to cover everything, your Facebook ads, your email, your retargeting, all that shit. I don't even go into detail about that because the client doesn't care. The client just wants the fucking result, period. Do not tech overwhelm them. Do not tell them about your stupid process that they don't care about. They just want the result. So I say, look, this is what you need to give me. Give me a check or put it into my account, this amount of money, and I am going to bring you quality leads who want to work with you. Your job is to follow up those leads and close them. If we both do our jobs, we'll make a bunch of money and we can work together month and month again. Does that sound good, Mr. Customer? Yes, Billy, it does. Here's my wallet, right? Here's my wallet. And again, I'm giving you kind of the summary of it in a nutshell, but nonetheless, that's how smooth your call should go, right? You need to sell this as a product. Think about your service as a product because products are structured, right? To create a product, it takes a manufacturing and, factory workers and lines and everyone's just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I tell my team that all the time. When we're doing the same thing over and over again is when we're making the most money. So the days where they're like, damn, I've done this like 13 times, and I'm like, good. That means we're doing something right, So sell the result, not the service. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to everybody? Sell your service like a product, but give excellent customer service. I don't even know how that flows, but you know what I mean, right? Now, other cool thing, when training your staff, right? How many of you have tried to train your staff about how you operate your business? How many of you have done that? Really taking the time to try to sit down and kind of explain all the different services that you provide, especially those of you who had like 10 different, businesses. How much of a nightmare was it, right? Cool thing is when your process is this outlined and this down, I can create a training video for my team and say, watch this. This is what you're going to do. All of a sudden, we just train somebody using automation, use those same videos to teach other people how to do it. And now we're leveraging our time in a whole different way. Right? So just a little sneak peek, but check this out. Okay? So how to manage. When it comes to actually servicing these clients, we're disgustingly repeatable, right? So we have spreadsheets for everything, like literally 12 spreadsheets of exactly what to do when a client comes on, when to call them, what days to call them, how much money they have, how to track it, etc. I got 12 of these sheets. And am I going to give them all to you right now? Absolutely not. That's for our students and people who work with us. But nonetheless, you need to get sheets and you need to get product. I love doing that. So once you do this one time for one vertical and you master this process from top to bottom, what I'm showing you, let me show you the results of that, okay? Because this is exciting to see this next slide. So make sure I have all of your attentions and we can go over this. So the idea is, because a lot of people ask me, well, what, Billy, you just stick in one niche and you never expand your business? Absolutely not. But I don't move to the next niche until I am certain that I can give them predictable and consistent results, until I've attracted enough people in that industry to make a solid amount of money, enough to hire someone to manage the processes, to build a team based off of those processes, right? Now, once I master all that and I'm getting recurring revenue coming in from a niche, now I can move on to the next one. So let me show you what that looks like. And I call this the kind of experiment and identify winning campaigns, right? Experiment and identify winning campaigns like the one we ran for Massage Envy. Now, before you can do what I'm about to show you, you have to master the skill set, right? You have to understand Facebook the way that we do, and you have to be able to execute on this, okay? But until then, you're not going to be able to do what I'm going to show you next. But check it out. This is Alex's spider web. Good job, Alex. And what she did is I just said, just take a handful of clients and show them kind of different industries we work for and kind of the results of those campaigns, right? So Pilates, right? Pilates is one, 224 leads, $6.61, okay? Real estate, 9 leads, $7.17 of people who wanted to buy a house. Do you think that's probably worth some money? I mean, I don't know. Next, Beauty by Dolly. I don't remember what this was for. I think threading, eyebrow threading or some shit. 53 leads, $8.58. Paint and Wine, 67 leads, $2.65. Title Boxing, 72 leads, $3.44. Dog Shit, 211 leads, $1.76. Beauty by Dolly, again, I don't really know what it is. Core Power, 262, that's yoga, right? $2.44. Gym, 156 leads, $6.19. That's one example. That's a bad example. Dave and Buster's, right? You guys ever heard of that? 374 leads, $4.15. Chiropractor Shit, 26 leads, $21.15. Right? Tony Robbins, you guys probably heard of him once or twice. 445 leads, $6.05 for people who want to go to a live event. Thanks. Plastic surgery, you guys probably know that. Yeah, 27 leads, $37.52. Right? So what I'm showing you here is how big this really gets when you have process. But only after you master the skill set and you really have this down to a core, right? Down to the core. And so I wanted to show you that though. So how do you kind of experiment like this and get these winning products, quote unquote, quickly and affordably? Well, one, know that I'm not just doing this by myself. I'm cheating. I have my entire team and we're testing shit every single day. I have, thousands of students who are testing stuff and reporting back to me and telling me what's working, right? And I talk to these people on a daily basis. I'm talking with Facebook 2 to 3 times a week. So my data, and plus I wake up and I sit in webinars all the time too. So my team, my infrastructure, my data is cheating because we get to know what works and we get to test it on our client's dime, which is grateful, and then we make their money back, right? So, yeah, when you're only one person, you're kind of out there by yourself doing it. I mean, you can spend a ton of time and money figuring this out for yourself, literally, because that was me. When I was just trying to figure out these Massage Envy, selling physical products in the 6 figures a month, it took me a lot of time, a disgusting amount of time and money to figure it out. That's the benefit of working with my team and I, right? So that's us in the top left corner with the cheesy picture, so you get a feel for us. Us in the top right is a Mario Kart video that we did, which was really funny. I'll show you guys that in a minute. The Street Fighter one, we're a different bunch, right? If you're here on this webinar right now, I'm guessing you probably get along with our personality or you would have left a long time ago, okay? So you can try and figure out all of this shit by yourself, right? And again, just think about what I gave you for free, and I haven't even scratched the surface, or you can have my team and I teach you how to do it, right? Okay, so let's get into it. Obviously, that's our team. That's our patent friends picture taken in Balboa Park in San Diego. Okay, so let's get into this. What is Billy Jean's Camp? All right, this is what it is. Customer Acquisition Master Program, right? Customer Acquisition Master Program. And so besides like our group of partners that we work with, haven't offered this like publicly to a group before. And previous classes that took it before you, they didn't even have the opportunity to do this because it didn't freaking exist. So you guys know, Billy Jean is Marketing Inc., my company. We will have 2 services that we provide outside of our agency stuff. Number 1 is Billy Jean's Gene Pool, which is our membership site. And number 2 is Camp, what I'm showing you right now. Clicks into customers. The last class we're doing is May 10th, and this course will not be offered again. Period. It won't. So congrats on taking action and getting in here. Shout out to you. Also, 2, partner program. If any of you kind of heard of it in the past, it's not even available anymore. That is now crushed. So in regards to working with us, we got the Gene Pool, and then we have Camp, which I'll break them down to you right now. So what's Camp all about? As a Billy Jean is Marketing camper, you'll get, God, that's so stupid, Alex. A camper. Here's what's included. And this is probably the coolest shit ever. Ad campaigns. Ad campaigns. So how I just showed you guys the exact ad campaign, we're going to do one and take it a step further. Let me show you what I mean. We have worked with every industry, and that you guys ask about all the time, under the sun pretty much. Chiropractors, dentists, doctors, car dealerships, yoga studios, credit card processing, digital marketing agencies, real estate, dog grooming, physical products, martial arts, ticket sales, carpet cleaning, solar, webinars, paint and wine, personal training, Pilates, plastic surgeons, vacation rentals, to mention a few. Was that fast? We've done that. So would you guys be interested, and I'm asking this, I'm not being rhetorical here, would you be interested in having us literally use services like Lead Pages and ClickFunnels to just give you these campaigns? When I say give you, I mean, literally, just here you go, and sharing it with you. That's why camp is fucking tight. Excuse my language. It hasn't even been possible before. So let me paint a picture for y'all, because I think it's important. Let me paint a picture. Hey, Billy, I have a chiropractor that I'm working with right now. Do you have a campaign that works? Hey, John, I sure do. Hold on a second. I'm going to have Rena go ahead and send it over to you. And then it's in your ad account. Plus, you get a recorded training call of exactly how we kind of set up the ads and manage the account, period. That's what camp is, people. It's for people who want to do this as a career. So I can tell you who this isn't for. If you're having it can kind of go that way too, but it's probably more for, it's for the person who really wants to do this as a career. If you've come through this course, you're on this call right now, and you really believe this can be your change, that's what camp is. It's working with us in specific niches, choosing a niche, getting laser focused, and rapidly growing, okay? So continuing on. Scripts. Did you guys see how I literally gave y'all prospecting script? I told you what to say. I said, here you go. Once you create the video, this is exactly what I would say. You get those. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Persuasive writing is difficult. So if I can take that off of the weight for you, well, that's what we'd like to do. Okay? Coaching calls. So the training calls that we have here, have you guys found them helpful? And I mean that seriously, right? Like obviously we have the video course, but when I'm on here, I'm answering questions live, I'm reviewing stuff. Is it pretty helpful to go through with the people who are actually doing it every day, right? So that's what it is. So when you come into camp and it's an annual program, right? This is, we're looking for lifers who really want to do this and kill it. It's a call every single week. That's pretty helpful, right? Like it's not just like this is a 6-week program. This is a call every week, but here's the difference. Everybody in camp has been through clicks into customers. So everyone has the foundation. So it's all nitty gritty stuff. It's like, hey, Billy, I'm having trouble with this. Like today, just had a call before this one. I'm having trouble with the karate studio. What do you think I should do? I haven't closed them yet. What am I doing wrong? Oh, cool. That's cool. You should blank, 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 and blank. Just rip through 6 campaigns for people on the spot, live, sat there as a group. My guy Brian just joined dealing with carpet cleaning group. We ripped him a new one, but in a good way. Gave him exact strategy of how to roll it out for carpet cleaning. Hey, here's what you're doing wrong. This is what you need to change. Different level of support. But again, this is for people who want to do this as a career. This isn't, a low thing. Okay? So that's call every year. That's a lot of Billie Jean time. I know I'm annoying. Sometimes I apologize. So you'll be spending a lot of time with me. And again, once a week, continued support. Period. Phone number. Right? Phone number. Like we have a call, obviously, with clicks into customers. You can call us, and some of you do exercise that. But you're going to have extreme support, right? We'll have a private Facebook group just for our partners and everybody in camp. And so, yeah, guys, I mean, you can call us. You have our Facebook group when you have questions. If you want to throw it out to the group, just know that you're in a community of people who have all had the same training as you, doing the same things. So on multiple occasions, I've had people say, oh, you're working on car dealerships? So am I. I linked them up, and now they're off to the races doing some shit together. Because, as I said earlier, no one's doing this, people. No one's doing this. No one's doing this. And so there's plenty of people, or plenty of room for everybody to eat. It's not like, oh, I need to hoard this to myself. People are helping people. That's the idea, is getting a community of people who are doing the same thing you are and having success with it. In addition to that, every month, I add a new industry. So on one of those calls a month, I will add a new industry to it. So the industries that we have now, which literally you're a click away from getting those, right? In addition to that, I add a new one. So if the group, as a consensus, we vote, hey, Billy, can you figure this out for us? I'll find somebody to do it in the agency. We'll run it through my agency. We'll get some results and say, hey, guys, that was pretty cool. It worked. So go do it. I don't know. I think it's tight. So I don't know. That's me. As a bonus, are you guys familiar with the Gene Pool? Have you guys heard of it? We've been advertising just a little bit, 30 skills, 30 nights. Have you guys seen this? You guys have to see our Gene Pool, the 30 skills, 30 nights that we're doing, the offer. You're also going to get access to that for free. It's $97 a month. As a member of camp, you get that. So really, we'll have 2 trainings a week. One will be focused on industries, campaigns, the exact formulas, dealing with clients. The other will be focused on the skills, right? How to write better headlines, how to write better emails, exact examples of ads that are, working really successful, and actually sharpening the skills to do this better at a higher level. so that you can start earning the clients who, pay you 30 grand a month. So, not a bad gig. Just saying. My sales pitch here it comes. It's threefold here. Number one, I want to talk about the opportunity cost. How many of you went to college here? I think I asked this before. And how many of you actually got your master's? Okay. So I have a bone to pick with the education system. Take a master's degree. Take a couple years to do it. Okay, some people got undergrad, some people no, da-da-da. You spend 2 years learning, not working, going into debt. I paid, at that picture there, $40,000 a year, University of San Diego, to go into debt. That's $160,000, not including cost of living, da-da-da, undergrad, and that stuff. I mean, it's crazy. That's how much debt you're racking up. The problem that I have with business in particular, because if you're an attorney, it makes sense. You go to school, you go to law school, you work at a firm, you put in your time, you intern a little bit, you get a job. You're a doctor, you go to school, you go to med school, then you do a residency, and then you get to work, right? It's like this 10-year process costs you like $300,000, but at least they promise a job at the end or there's work, if you can find one. I got plenty of attorneys that aren't working and a couple friends in med school that aren't working either. And then you take business, and there's straight up no plan. There's no plan. It's just you graduate, you get your MBA, and then it's, okay, go find a job. And then you end up being a barista at Starbucks, right? Like, it's insane. But yet the schools cost just as much. Question, honestly, especially with this age group, how many of you are still paying off debt or just finished on your student loans? Honestly, I would love to know that. Won't say names or anything, but you can type. A lot of people still paying off debt, I think the average age range here is 40, guys. That's a long time. That's a long time. So it's insane. So anyways, the value of this versus what we do, the skill set that we're doing, you guys have only been working with me for 5 fucking weeks. And tell me, and you can be honest, because I would like to know this, out of the 5 weeks you've been working with me, has this not been some of the most helpful training that you've ever taken in your life? And am I not giving you actual things to start making money right now this second? Right now, this second. Not 4 years of taking a Shakespeare class and all that shit. So for us and from my vision is I want to have the biggest training in marketing education school in the world and the most successful and the most influential. That's what I believe that we can do, and this is what we're starting. So we're looking for people who are looking to do this as a career. Again, this isn't for everyone. But if it is something that you want to do, this is how it goes down. So, success stories. I'll skip over those. I'll show you guys those after as we're talking live Q&A. But yeah, people are killing shit is what you need to know. And so my guy, Mike Arce, tell you about him. Good man. So take Mike. He took clicks in the... fuck it. I'll play it here.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mike, and I'm with a company called Loud Rumor, and this is a testimonial video for Billy Genius Marketing.
Anyways, it's a video. It's real. I don't have the patience to wait. But Mike's killing it. He's got about 12 new clients since working with us. He's working with a company. It's either 10 or 12, 1 or 2. But it's only been 8 weeks, and he's been working with me one-on-one. Obviously, a partner has access to those calls. So he decided to niche up in the fitness industry, which we obviously have a lot of experience with. My guy, Mike, as a result of doing that, is now in talks with a fitness franchise that has over 300 locations. Already started working with 3 or 4, but now he's on his way to many. So what I'm pointing out to you guys is when you take this training and then you apply it to the niches and the campaigns and you focus, this is what happens. He's so happy with our work that literally we're flying out to Arizona to his office with his team, and our team is going to train his team. And obviously we're going to do a cool video about it so you guys will all see it. But again, why am I showing you this? Because I really think it's more powerful for me to share stories of people who were in your shoes versus just saying what I do. Because I think as like teaching the class, it's kind of like, well, Billy, you can do it, but it doesn't feel the same. And so I thought it was cool to show that. All right. Another guy, Rob Bailey, been working with me. To be honest with you, I haven't seen this. I haven't actually seen this video. So let's watch it.
Morning, guys. What's up? This is Rob Bailey. Just heading into the office this morning and wanted to shoot a short video letting you guys know that basically my team and I have been in Billy's partner program, and it's been awesome. Like basically what we've been able to do is just hand over our client projects to them, and they handle all the fulfillment for us for our client campaigns. So why this has been valuable is because I don't have a single full-time employee in my business. I am the only one that works full-time in it. I've got a couple other people that help me and a few contractors, but I do not have the bandwidth to, execute the volume of work that we're booking right now. So what's awesome about that is that I am able to still deliver results to my clients and be confident that I can give them the results without having to stop selling every time that I book a new client. So really quick, I'll share with you some of the results they've got me, because that part is important too, at least to me. I need to know that I'm delivering results to my clients. I have a realtor friend who had an open house, and it was for a higher price point home in the $900,000 range. And he had an open house that we helped him with. And I said, hey, do you need help promoting the open house? And he said, yeah, that'd be fantastic. So he was late getting me all the stuff, number one. And so I didn't have the photos or videos or images or anything like that. And so I didn't get his campaign live until Friday morning, because Thursday night I sent all of the stuff to Billy Jean's team. They got it all done for me on the quick, I think it was up by 10 a.m. the next day. And his open house was the very next day after that, which was Saturday afternoon. So I was a little nervous that, the results might not come in, but what was cool is we generated 17 leads for him, got him a ton of exposure. I think we got 10,000 people seeing the open house within his local area. And he had over 200 people show up to that open house the next day.
200 fucking people.
So he was ecstatic with that. He was so excited that he decided to run another open house the following weekend. We got him another 100 plus people to that one.
100 people.
And the net result for him was that he got over, he got about 97 leads that were in his database that he could follow up with. He got over 4, he had to stop taking backup offers. He got over 4 backup offers, a full price offer on his house. And he did multiple dozens of private showings, which he had to stop doing as well, because he just couldn't keep taking offers anymore. So he was pretty darn happy with that. On top of all of that, he got 3 new buyer clients that he represented. So I'm estimating that he's going to make at least 6 figures in the next quarter from that one.
6 figures of results that he got his
that one
clients.
house that he did the 2 open houses for. So he's super excited about it all, and obviously we got him a pretty rocking return on investment for what he did with us. So couldn't be happier with Billy G's program. They've been really responsive, really awesome. Anytime I need anything, I just text them or call them or whatnot, and they always pick up the phone. And it's been great. I highly recommend it if you consider doing it. If your business especially looks like mine, go for it. It's going to be awesome for you. All right.
Thank you, Rob, for the kind words. But anyways, again, real person, real thing. And Rob was doing a little bit more with us. He was actually having our team help build it out. So the beauty of it and how this all kind of spawned is we were working with people like Rob, and we said, God, we can just give them give campaigns to them so they can get the results for their clients like this all of the time. That's how this all kind of came about. So anyway, Rob's killing it. What he's also not telling you is that he now has sold 2 brokers on that same process, and now he's got brokers paying him. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I think they're paying about $2,500 every month, and he just got this. So Rob, what his story didn't tell you is he was a jack of all trades at first, and I said, Rob, slow that shit down. We need to get you focused on a niche. He chose real estate. It made him a little uncomfortable at first. Now all of a sudden the guy's running open houses where people are coming, and he's getting 200 people to show up, locking in brokers on recurring payments every single month. I mean, not too bad. Again, you saw it with Mike, you've seen it with Rob. These are both guys that I know, I've spoken with personally, and these are the stories that we want to create. And then you take our guy Chris, and a lot of you saw this. Did any of you see our one-on-one with Chris? His story is incredible too, and I'll give you the long story short because this text is long. But he started working with chiropractors. The guy literally made with one of his chiropractors $44,000 or $42,000 in profit, a 23-1 ROI. He's now working with 24 chiropractors and counting. So again, he chooses a niche, which we're providing for you. He goes after it, and I tell all 3 of them, I said, don't fucking do anything else except stay in that niche and keep continuing the same process, and you will make as much money as you want. And as a result, you just saw them talking about it. They will, and they are. So that's what camp is about, creating more of these, and us as a community just dominating the local space, just dominating it, and whatever niche that is for you. So again, there's like 50,000 chiropractors. How many can Chris really take on? Enough to make him a 7-figure business and a very, very healthy income. Okay? So how much does it cost, Billy? Save the stories and your bullshit. What does it cost, man? Well, really cheap. $6,800 for the year. It's an annual payment of $6,800 for the entire year, and you're locked in. Now, obviously, I'm going to have my little sales pitch here to get people to take action right away. And what that is for those people who apply to camp today, you have to get your application in today or it doesn't go, and I will hold strong to that. You can get in for $5,000 a year. So that's $5,000 for the entire year. And let me recap to you what you're going to be getting there, to be really specific. Coaching calls every week. Another coaching call in the week for Billy Jean's Gene Pool, which you're getting for free. You're getting access to literally over like 20 niches we've already worked with now. And we're literally in the process of creating all of those in lead pages in ClickFunnels so we can just share them with you in our accounts. You're getting access to our private groups. You can call us whenever you want. So for anyone who's thinking of buying into a quote-unquote franchise, I believe this is the only franchise that kind of exists like this, right? And so, again, it's not a franchise, but I think it's the easiest way to kind of explain it. Annual dues of $5,000, that's it. Coaching, support, all that stuff. Compare that to any kind of education out there, I don't think it exists. The only kind of additional support your school was giving you is when they call you to ask you to donate back to the school, period. So what are you waiting for? If you'd like to do this, go to clicksandthecustomers.com. If you've been there, because again, Clicks and the Customers is actually dying. So once you go through and you use passcode BOSS, you'll be taken to our application form where you can fill out your information there. Once you do that, you and I, or you and Justin, one of the two of us, will actually be taking the calls. So I'll be talking to people about it, seeing if it's right for you. So if right now you're kind of held back, like, I got some specific questions, I'm not sure, well, you can talk with me about it. That's how much camp is to me, is I want to take the phone calls. I want to, I want to be on there, and I want to be talking and seeing and making sure that we're bringing in the right team, because obviously the shit that we're sharing has taken us a disgusting amount of money to figure out. To be able to create a campaign that works for an industry is the holy grail for any marketer. I can sell each one of those all day long, those campaigns, for thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So again, if you want to be a part of camp, clicksandthecustomers.com, use passcode BOSS and apply. If your application is not in today, and I shit you not, you will have to pay $6,800. And after you guys go through this week 5, week 6, and you start getting results, you're going to be like, shit, I really want that additional support and that help, and I want to be a part of the community. And it's going to cost you more. So you might as well get your application in today. Get your application in today. So if Norm says, when can I call? You got to put an application in, because obviously it's going to have to be scheduled. I think there's 108 people, and then there was somewhere around 100 people in this March class. So yeah, you know what I mean? It'll be kind of just a first, application callback type of deal. And I just obviously introduced it to, my partners that have been working with us, and a lot of those have already jumped on it too. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what camp is. It's about people who want to do this as a career. And honestly, if I can't make you more than the annual dues of $5,000, meaning if I can't get you 5 fucking clients over the course of a year, shame on me. Shame on me. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, you saw this here. I mean, my guys have been working for 8 weeks, 10 clients. Plus, now talking about one of the biggest franchises. Those people just took the course, So is that a money-back guarantee? No, it's not, only because I can't dictate if you're going to actually use the work. I know it works because I got students doing it every single day, right? But if you come in and don't do it, let me paint that picture too for everybody. You have to do the work. We're giving you the campaigns to be successful. I'm on calls answering questions for you twice a week in this call, one for Gene Pool, one for this. We'll be chatting. You can call our team. We're here to support you. We're doing everything that we can. It's up to you to actually get out there and hustle. But I promise you something, Julia. If you hustle, you will make that back 10 times over, period. But you got to hustle. You got to be willing to do the work. So I don't want to paint an easy picture for everyone, but in regards to doing this as a service, whether it's a solopreneur just traveling the world and having fun, or doing this and building an agency like us, or building a business that you just build up a lot of clients and then sell it, well, shit. I mean, it's up to you. But I literally do not know what else we can provide besides actually going and getting clients for you and then running the campaigns for you and then us running the business and paying you to run the business. Like, I don't know what else we could do. I don't even know what else we can do. So get your applications in. And yeah, 100%. That's a great question, Julie. She said, will you be helping us keep up with the ever-changing face of Facebook? Hell yeah. That's the biggest benefit is because you guys know Facebook changes. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You know? So yes, Julia, I mean, again, I'm live on those calls. It's actually me like we're doing talking now. Anything that changes, we're doing. And here's the thing. Every month we're adding a new industry. Every month we're adding a new industry. So again, as we learn more, you guys learn more. Right? So that's our community. Annual dues of that. You know, you're not forced to re-up at the end of the year. So, you know, if it was just a waste of time. But again, Julia, I would say to this, you know, does this stuff work? Is it worth it? Well, just evaluate the last 5 weeks. If you've learned this much over 5 weeks, what do you think is going to happen in a year? Some of you have already started landing clients. But the only thing I can promise you, if your app is not in today, you guys think, I'm telling you, I'm not going to change the price to 60, you know, to remove it. You have to pay the full price, which most people would pay, $6,800, you know. Julie says 5K is a little scary. $200,000 for an undergrad education was scary, but unfortunately society was just okay with it, so didn't even think twice. It was all about just getting into a good school, and then something magical was going to happen. So, you know, it's to me, I mean, the price relative to any kind of training, man, you know, we're here. All right. Any questions I can answer for you guys, and we can kind of open it up a little broader here. But I'll first do questions about this program. I will give you guys all a call. So again, we're probably going to I'm going to guess probably about 30 apps. So for me to go through and call everyone right now, a little tough. And so I'm going to coordinate with Ashley. We're going to get it on schedule, and I'll try and call you all back as soon as I can, and make it all feasible. Again, you guys, you understand, you know, the price, you understand what it is. If there's any other questions, let me answer them for you, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation on the phone. You know. Daniel says, so the ads budget better collect fund and then have them pay Facebook directly. So Daniel's asking, when he has a client, should he actually have the client pay them the advertising budget and then they spend it, or should he have their credit card on file? The answer is there's pros and cons to both. If you do it on your card, Daniel, as you spend more money, you can get points on your card. So let's just put it this way. I fly for free all of the time because we spend a lot of money. So that's one benefit of collecting money on there. But the other benefit or disadvantage of that is that you're having to manage their money, you know, and you got to be really organized. But we got templates and all that shit that we'll share with you guys. So that's, you know, that's tough. And then also, too, when it's on their card, every single dollar that's spent, they're getting notified depending on their billing threshold. So you may get a lot more questions, et cetera. But then also it's on their card. You don't have to worry about like overspending or anything like that. So it's a pro. It's a truly whatever's up to you. We've done it both ways. You know, done it both ways. But you should probably just get their card on file would be easiest, is off the top of my head. Any other questions about camp, our program, our training, what we provide for you guys, if anything? Cool. Someone says, hey, camp sounds great, but timing isn't the best. You know, hey, that's totally cool. But I would also argue that if there's one thing we've learned in being adults is there's never a good time, ever. So it's, again, if you want to get out of the current situation that you're in, whatever it was that you came into this course for, this, I believe, is the fastest path to do that. The second you come into, listen to this, the second you come into camp, you get access to like 12 videos with step-by-step. You see how I put it this way. Y'all know I don't hold anything back with the campaigns. We're not over here like giving you a piece and then not giving you something. When you come in here, you will have access immediately to like 12, 14, I don't even know the amount. I think it's like 20. I don't fucking know. A bunch of industries that you can just go through right now, this very second, and start leveraging. Period. You know, will I get into more depth ways to grow sales? 100%, right? I mean, that's how I built my business. And so again, it's a not hold back. Like there's nothing that I won't share with you, Tom, except for loan officers, because that's what I do. But besides that, man, nothing, you know. So get your applications in, clickcentrecustomers.com, use passcode BOSS. While you've been in the site, it's been reworked. It's all about camp now. But yeah, definitely go into prospecting and sales and how to grow it, the strategic stuff. Nothing's held back. Again, when we're on these calls, it's probably a group of about, 30 to 50 of us, right? So, I mean, we're a really tight-knit community on it, and it's gonna grow. But yeah, I mean, we'll be talking, unmuting people on the mic, and we'll just have a conversation, very similar to how our partners do it now. Yeah, that's the only one I won't share, Julia, but I'm sure you guys will be able to figure a lot of campaigns out. Again, also too, you guys got to remember this. Everything that we're showing you, and when you learn these other campaigns, it's obviously going to apply to other niches too. So just because your niche isn't on there doesn't mean you can't simply, tweak it to make it make sense for a different niche, right? I mean, everything that's how we're able to figure out what's working in other niches is we try what's worked in others and adapt, right? So you have plenty there. Because the idea is to be, over the course of this year, is you learn so much about it. This is where your earning power gets the highest. I was just talking to one of my one-on-ones today about this, and it's called earning power. What makes me sleep good at night right now is knowing that if my entire business went to shit, our whole school went to shit, something horrible happened and everything fell apart, if you gave me a laptop and you put me anywhere in the world, within a week's time, I'm going to have no less than 10 to 20K in my bank account. I promise you. I promise you. Because I understand this skill set. Because I understand the skill set. Just that simple. Just that simple. You guys see what I'm saying? That's what it's about, is mastering the skill set. And doing it at a time right now, like you want to talk about timing. Someone mentioned timing. Well, here's the time. As you guys just stated in the beginning of this course, no one knows how to do this. Is the time in 2 years when everyone is caught up on this shit and we're doing something different? Is that the time? Are you really going to miss this opportunity right now, this fucking second, to go to all of these businesses and bring, to bring massive amounts of income to you? And it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but the only thing I can testament to you is the results that our students are getting right now every single day. And I'm going to show you guys something to give you guys that idea, because a lot of people put it this way. What's usually holding people back when it comes to making money is they just need more customers, right? And that's what you're the business of. So businesses are always going to need you. But more importantly, I want to show you guys, as a result of the content that we put out, the case studies that we've gotten, how many people hit us up on a daily basis to work with us. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to actually pull up my Business Manager Facebook shit here, because I think that's cool to show. I'm not going to sit here and hold shit back or make things up, which I don't think you guys think I do anyway. But hold on here. All right. Let's go back. Hold on. I'm losing everything here. All right, I'm going to pull up my fan page, our Billy Gina's marketing page, and show you guys. And again, this is all us just putting out videos, showing people what we know how to do and the results that we're getting, which is something that you guys are all capable of doing 1,000%. All right. So logging in now. Can you guys see this? I see some applications coming in. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome aboard, y'all. All right. Okay. Can y'all see my screen? It's going to be yeah in the chat if you can see my screen. Some of you are doing the application. If you're doing the application, don't look at my screen. Just do you. But if you're not, Okay, cool. So let me go to messages right here. You think I'm playing. I'm just going to show you guys. That's what I'm saying. Once you do this and you're getting results, you get customers like crazy. Literally 11:49, 10:56, 10:13, 9:36, 9:35, 9:34. I mean, I'm not making this shit up. I was just showing someone this yesterday. Is messages. That's all Monday. People. And some people are saying different shit. I don't really know what they say. Alabama manages this, but I couldn't even talk to all these people if I wanted to, right? So again, I'm showing you this, not to brag and say, hey, look, we're so cool. But in regards to finding more customers, the only reason why we have this is because everybody wants to do what we know how to do. And that's what we're teaching. We're not special, right? I'm not that smart. I don't really consider myself, you know what I mean? Like, I just have been doing this for a while. So I just get it because I've done it for a long time. But I'm not special by any means. You know, I mean, this is nothing like some of you probably can do a lot of these things better than this, you know? So, but again, I just show you that to say the leads are real. The inbounds, the people wanting to work with you are real. You know, it's real. You know, Isaac says that the application locked the price for a certain time period. I mean, we'll talk on the phone and that will be it. Whenever we have a conversation is when it would lock it in, Isaac, when it would lock it in. So again, get your applications in today. That does lock you into a 5K price, and we'll have our conversation. You know, but it is any other time outside of that, it is $6,800, 100%, and it will increase, right? So you see tuition fees increase at schools. I promise you, the more case studies that we get, and the more people that come out with wins, it will go up. Just like Clicks into Customers right now, it's not even being sold to even get Clicks into Customers. You got to be a part of this. It's now, so the course that you guys are taking now for $1,000, everybody else has to pay a minimum of $6,800 to do. I promise you, the same exact thing will happen with this. Our annual dues will go the fuck up. I would like them to be at $20K because I think it's disgustingly worth it. Maybe more. And I'm not kidding. But I just, we need more case studies. Let's see. Yeah, Jaime, I'll reach out, man. I see you there. Just make sure you get the app in so I know, and I'll do my best to get everybody and make sure we're good. No, okay, that's a great question. So Teresa says, will our fees go up over time too? No, you're locked into this price. You're locked in. You were locked in. No. We're locked in. Brian says, or Stephanie says, I just told Brian last night, we're blessed because I bet you the course will be 10K in the future. You're hitting on the nose. Because also too, it's, for me, as you guys are seeing the same way that we do with our agency, I really like to price based on value. And then I like to make a discount on that to make it a no-brainer, right? And so after I've been doing Clicks into Customers for 6 months now, and we have these crazy stories, I mean, this is a fraction of the time. I mean, think about it. I mean, we have, I think now closer to like 93 testimonial videos or something, what people are doing. When people are getting results like that and leaving the feedback that they are, for me, that's the indication of, okay, we've now earned the right to increase the prices because of the value that we're putting into the marketplace. But we can't be the ones to dictate that. We need you guys to dictate that, so. Yeah, Valerie, you will. Let's see. Yep, exactly, Todd. Yep, $5,000 good for the rest of this year or full year, my man. So it's not like, oh, April, you only get 8 months this year. Nah, it's full year from when you enroll, period. So honestly, true belief, and this is kind of corny, but I would love to have the same people locking in for 10 years and have a bunch of millionaires in that group that came as a result of mastering this skill set. Because you guys got to remember too, I got industries. And some people pay $5K for a client, for just one. Some people pay $10K, $12K, $15K. As you get better, and remember, you get Billy Jean's Gene Pool too. So as you get more skills, I mean, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Someone said they missed the price. It's $6,800. $5K if you apply today. Brian says, I'm amazed at the level of your skill set with copywriting. So I was very impressed. Thank you. Yeah, and I hope, so that's what the Gene Pool is fun. Again, you guys get Gene Pool for free. But what's cool about the Gene Pool is I'm really looking forward, like crazy, to share those things, like the writing techniques. I enjoy that. So again, if you guys watch 30 Skills, 30 Nights and you love that, that's what the Gene Pool is. It's just going into skills and getting more. So, and how many here watch 30 Skills, 30 Nights like regularly? Have at least seen a few episodes. Valerie says Profit First is awesome. Thanks for that. I was like, yeah, I'm glad you like it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you watch 30 Skills, 30 Nights, the Gene Pool, you guys want to hear the most undervalued thing is the Gene Pool. So wait till people see the dues on that go up. So right now we do $97 a month. that will be $397. I'm saying in probably 6 months, once we do a strong build, have a few thousand members, etc. You know. Julia, if you go to, this is probably makes it tough. If you go to our fan page on Facebook, you'll see all the episodes right there for 30 Skills. Or if you just go to our website and then click 5 Minutes with Billy Jean, which is not 30 Skills, 30 Nights, but it's in that same category on our video player. So you can check them out there. You'll love it. You'll literally love them, Julia. Yep, absolutely. Ashley, I want in, have no doubt I'll make the 5K investment back tenfold, but don't have 5K today, just starting out my business. I feel that. Chris says, Julia, how'd you miss the emails? Don't we explode your inbox every day? Even little things like that, right? Like how do we write subject lines? So that's something I work with on Alabama all the time. That's stuff I want to share within campus, like just the little things that go a long way, right? So that's kind of what I want to go over. You know, and let's see, Brian, are you in here still? Brian M. There's 4 Brians, like I said. Brian M. And this is like, so Brian just had one of our first partner calls. He literally he came into camp, he's working with me one-on-one, but he just came in and he just participated in the first camp call that you guys will be a part of. And it just happened 2 hours, not even 2 hours. Like I got off at 10:57 and I jumped onto this call to give you an idea. Brian, if you're okay with it, can I unmute you so you can share with the rest of the group what the calls are like? I think that'd be helpful. Yeah, okay. And again, guys, this is how much I trust our shit. I haven't spoken with him about it. He might have hated it. Real shit. He might have thought it wasn't that good. I'm being dead serious with you, but let's find out. Brian, I'm on the spot right here. Just tell him honestly what you thought about the calls.
Well, the truth be told. No, man, I'm just playing around. No, this has been a pretty phenomenal day. You know, my wife, Ines, my business partner, was sitting here next to me earlier, and I'm just looking over as we're going through all the detail. I'm a detail guy, right? I used to be in pharmaceuticals. They called me a detail man, so I had to know my details when I would sell to docs. I said, there's so much detail here. I said, this is exactly what I was hoping for. So, no, he didn't pay me to say that. In fact, I think I just paid you to say that. Good. This rocks.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so again, guys, like that's me. You just heard. Like, Brian, did I talk to you at all? Did I tell you I was going to do it? I didn't even know you were going to be on this call.
No, you didn't tell me or ask me to, give a good plug. None of that garbage. You keep it real. That's what I liked about you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so James Jordan was there too. Also new at a camp, had his first camp call. James, I'm going to put you on blast too. Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
So you get to talk to people, and again, not scripted. You guys know I tell you exactly, no bullshit. James, go ahead. James, what's up? I'm on blast right here. Talk about it. Crush me.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I've been part of it for 2 weeks, and it's amazing. Like you said, the detail is amazing, and the best part about it is it's real. It's something that, I mean, we're serving clients. It's not some pie-in-the-sky kind of service that you're hoping somebody is going to believe in. It's an actual service that we're providing to clients who desperately need the service.
Yep. And once they do it, and once you get them the results, what I want to stress to you guys is having this agency for a while now. Again, I've got clients who've been paying me monthly for 2.5 years. Recurring revenue, the auto bill, we don't even talk about the payment. It just happens. I'm not special, but this opportunity is right now. It's right now. So, and again, the other thing I stress is how involved I am in it, right? It's not like I'm on these calls like I'm talking to you right now. It's not like, some package we're trying to sell and then me just not be a part of it. Like, I mean, James, like I talked to you today. I went through one of your ads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I highly urge everybody to go for it. I mean, frankly, I think that the price is too low already. So I think, yeah.
Well, yes, fuck it. Because of James, it's now 10K. You know what? Yeah. Thanks, brother, for being on. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Anybody else want to be mic'd up, that wants to talk, have a conversation? We can put right here. So Jaime's going to jump on right here. Again, I'm blindsided right now. I'm making myself very vulnerable. Let's see what happens. What's up, brother?
Hey, Billy, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on, my man?
Hey, how are you, my friend?
What's going down?
So this is just a testament to Billy. I found him cold. So basically, this is like a month and a half ago. I was on my newsfeed. I saw some guy with like 10 girls around him. I thought, who's this guy? What's he all about? I clicked it, and it so happened I saw a friend of mine in one of his testimonials.
Oh wow.
So I said, okay, well, this guy, sounds and is a real good guy. I said, okay, well, let me invest $1,000 in the click to clients training, which is where we're on now. And then last week I happened to join. I said, okay, the value was so high, and I have a small staff, and I'm putting them through the training as well. I said, let me go through the partner program, which I realize is no longer in existence. But I said, okay, let me do that. So there's about, I don't know, maybe 15 modules. I'm already on module 8. I believe on module 10. I took about a week and a half to go through as many as I can and sharing the insights with my team. Now, there's stuff that in the 10 modules, I consider myself a pretty good marketer. I've been doing this since 2008. But the way Bailey thinks is interesting in a way that I don't look at marketing that way, not because, I'm sure he's a smart guy. Obviously, we all know he's a smart guy. But his perspective on a lot of things is unique. And that's helpful because I'm not making 7 figures, which is my goal. But he, in the last week and a half that I've been in the partner program, I've learned more about Facebook marketing than I have in probably the last 5 months, including the current training we're on now. So I'm going to definitely join camp. It's a no-brainer for me. But yeah, so I encourage everybody, if you got anything out of this past 5 weeks, the partner program, and I realize it's a different program now. Yeah. It's incredible. The stuff that comes out of his mouth, the insights, and it's more so the case studies because there's I've gone through the recordings, but I had a call this morning for the first time actually, and there's just a lot of really good value stuff that unless you have someone kind of pinpointing stuff out, you're not going to realize because it's just not in your wheelhouse. You're just going through the motions, but you're doing stuff to get the day done and to service your clients, and having somebody sit there and say, hey, try this approach, try that approach, it's kind of a game changer. So I encourage anybody to go on it.
Man, first of all, I really, really appreciate those kind words. Damn, man, that makes me really happy. That's I think that's why you do anything. I think at the end of the day, everybody gets the most happiness when you do for others. So to hear that you come in those courses and getting that much value and being so seasoned as you are and still being able to do that makes me really fucking happy. And so I want to thank you for even being a part of it and giving us a chance to even be the ones to help you, right? I know there's a lot of people out there who say certain things, and the way you chose, myself and my team, that's fucking cool. So I appreciate that. And the only thing I promise you is every single week we'll fucking over-deliver. And just as long as we can use it as a case study, I'm good.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you very much for the last couple of weeks. It's been really helpful.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Man, I can't tell you guys how unsolicited that was. No idea that was coming. On some serious shit, I had no idea that was going to happen. Again, you guys are, I'm just calling it out. Anybody else want to go on the mic? But feel free. I'll have a conversation with you. We can talk about it. If you want to just type in the chat, I'll answer your questions. I'm here. This is it. Again, our business has 2 focuses. We got our gene pool and camp. That's it. On the education, all this other stuff is gone. We want the serious people who want to do this as a career, make that long-lasting change. For some of you, it's leaving your job. For some of you, just want fucking enough money to travel. For some of you, you just don't want to have to go to a restaurant and pick your meals based on the price. It's the little things. And for me, I see it like this. If I can help any of you get to 10 clients, and if those clients are paying a minimum of a G, which happens every day, that's how we run our business, a minimum, I'll put you in the 6 figures club so quick. And my goal is I know we're going to get beyond, that's okay, done. I want a bunch of people in the 7-figure club. That's my goal. So, wow. I'm good. Fuck. I feel stupid saying anything. I just want to let everybody else talk. So, just call. Todd, that is, guys, just camp in Gene Pool. And that program we're talking about probably was Gene Pool, Todd, is my guess. There's probably confusion there. Yeah, it was probably that. So, again, we'll be on the phone or on calls like this, just like this, twice a week. and you can call us in between those times. And we're going to give you the campaign, so whoop, you can just share them right there. And when things don't go right, and here's the benefit, what I believe. In marketing, as we all know, sometimes you do shit and it doesn't work and there's problems. And when those challenges happen, sometimes as human beings, we get discouraged and we quit. What I think is beautiful about the way we're setting up camp is that when you come in and you have that shitty campaign, like today, my guy Samir came in and he was running a campaign and it wasn't going that well. And we're able to sit there as a group and give suggestions, right? Like also too, the community that you're getting into, like take Jaime himself, and Brian and James who come in here, all are really smart guys that have a crazy background. We have a lot of women in there too. Shout out to our girls, probably the smartest ones. And I mean, all of them have experience in different backgrounds. So again, when you're on these calls and you're reviewing your stuff, guys, you're getting help from everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's so much bigger than that, So yeah, it's just huge deal there. And yeah, so can't stress it enough. I truly believe this is the best investment in the world you can make. That's why we do the comparison between that and school. When I think of education, you guys, when I started this company, I'm rambling. I just got passionate though. When I started this company, remember I was working, or maybe some of you don't know this, I was working at an online school, real school, Ashford University, not making shit up. You can Google it. And I quit because I saw how big the company was getting and I hated it. Because we were selling people a $50,000 online degree that I really didn't believe would help them. So I said, fuck this. I didn't feel good about it, right? I thought it was grossly overpriced. I thought it was a scam because the government they were basically getting people to fill out a FAFSA form so the government pays for their tuition. So check this out. They would, and again, this is my opinion, whatever, but they would price their tuition, which was about $50,000, based on the amount that the government would give you. And the government would give you $12,500 a year in FAFSA funding. That was the max you can offer. So their sales pitch was calling strangers who aren't doing anything with themselves and saying, hey, you should come to college. And they say, I don't have any money. And they say, well, don't worry. You can get loans from the government and pay nothing out of pocket. And then these people would come in and they would last about 5 or 6 classes because all you had to have was a GED. There was no anything else. They last about 5 or 6 classes and then they would drop out. But then they were still strapped with all these student loans. So the school didn't care because they fucking got money. They got paid. And then it was just, to me, it was fucking ridiculous. That's why I'm so big on this education thing. I think I don't know, I am. And so for me, when I quit, I set out to start a school. The first investment I ever made on investors is to buy a learning platform, which is Moodle, the one you guys use right now. And we overpaid for that by $30,000 because we paid like $30K for it or something like that. But anyways, that was my vision, is to kind of start a school. And so to me, what's great now, and this is 5 years later, I'm telling you this, but to actually have a curriculum and education that people can use right away to start making money makes me really, really happy. It makes me really, really happy. And I know if you come in with the expectation that you're going to work hard, we will give you everything else that you need to succeed. A clear path, clarity, focus, niches, a team, a community of other people you can talk to. So, yeah, that's my rant. I just hated that. God, I hated that damn school. It felt so good to quit. But yeah, it's messed up. I still got a lot of friends that work there too. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Anybody got anything else for me? Clicksandcoach.com. Use passcode BOSS. You'll see our fun Godfather video, which I think you'll enjoy. I think a lot of you have seen it. And we'll talk. So make sure you get your application in there. Rena is in here. Rena, what the fuck are you doing in here? I'm going to put you on the mic. I'm unmuting you right now, Rena, if you're in the office and it's loud. Rena.
Hi.
What's up? What are you doing on here?
What's up?
Don't we have shit to do today? What are you doing on here?
I was just listening to your beautiful voice.
Oh, when you say it like that. Rena, tell everyone. So, okay, Rena's been with me for how long now? 2 years?
We're coming on to next month.
Hint, huh? Yeah, so Rena's been with me. She's seen a lot of changes over the company, and she's seen us grow like crazy and all this stuff, and she's equally as passionate about the education and building a school. So, Rena, why should they join camp? Why should they apply for camp right now?
Putting me on the spot. Well, they should join because, I talk to basically all of our people in similar programs right now. It obviously different, but they're all seeing the value. They're all happy. They're making their money back. They're learning a skill set that they're going to be able to use for a long time. They're helping people grow their businesses by growing their own business. It's really worth a lot more than they'd be putting in, and it's kind of a no-brainer from.
So we should charge
from looking at it.
$100. We should charge $100.
I think people would pay that. Not many, but people would if we explained it right.
Yeah. So, well, there's Rena, and yeah, that's that. So, and also too, I will throw in a selfish kind of, reason here. So I believe that we are going to grow this education platform, this school. I really believe will be the largest, most influential marketing school in the world one day. I do, 100%. And I think it would be good to be aligned with us and to create a relationship for bigger deals, right? As you guys saw, I showed you our inbox, our messages. We have so many clients, opportunities that pop up that we can't do because we have to be focused on our business and our lane, right? And where do you think that business is going to go? To our camp. To everyone who's in camp, right? Other people that we trust to do a good job. And so for so many different reasons, I think just establishing the relationship and the partnership. And again, my job is I still sit in trainings all the day and really high-level masterminds and stuff, and I share that information with you guys. So I would really like to be, the hub and the resource that you go to for all your marketing needs, so to speak. And, when 5 years, 10 years down the road, when it's maybe not Facebook anymore and that new software comes out, we do that. When Facebook right now is really focused on live streaming, you already know our agency is going to be testing the hell out of it to find out other opportunities for you guys, right? So that's, that's a big deal, I think. And again, that's as much as I'll kind of toot our own horn, so to speak, but that's just my personal belief in the position we're trying to take in the marketplace. So, yeah. And through building our community is how we do that, right? Like as we have, hundreds of people, thousands of people all doing this stuff, and they're all sharing the data back with us, it only benefits our community, So, clickcentrecustomers.com, use passcode BOSS, apply now. $6,800 if you apply now, $5,000. After that, there will not be another opportunity to get it at a cheaper rate, and the price will only go up. Just like when you got into ClickCenter Customers, it's $997. Now to get ClickCenter Customers, you have to pay $6,800. And as you guys went through, you know the real deal. It's right now today. Actually says, how long will the $6,800 deal last? It'd be priced at $68. Honestly, if we get the response, we're running ads right now too, in addition to that, to bring people in to camp. If we're just, like so far, it's been almost every single person I've talked to about it and been on the phone with has wanted to do it. So for me, if we're really bringing that kind of value, and when we continue to get feedback like we did today, how long is it going to be $6,800? Shit, a month? You know what I mean? I'm going to be smart about it, but, at the same time, we're in business to make a profit also. And if we can make other people profit by them, then that's kind of what we do. Let's see. It's on a case-by-case basis, Brian. So Brian asked, are you still offering to provide the items for the campaign like we did for the gentleman who was selling to the realtor? So we're kind of doing done for you. Case by case, it's not typical. It depends on, like Rob, he worked with me one-on-one for a long time, and we gained that relationship. And so, yeah, if you're a part of camp for a while and we're continuing to talk and, we see something that makes sense for us on the agency, and, we'll do deals with our people all day long, right? People in our community, like if something makes sense and you want to team up on an industry or you have an opportunity and I think it's a good fit for our company and what you do, fuck yeah, But those kind of relationships will definitely be for people who are in camp, mostly because we need to know that they have the skill set to actually execute, But yeah, man, that's a good question. Gotcha, Ashley. No worries. Ashley says, just right now, it's not the time financially. What I would recommend is to do it, obviously. Sure, I'm biased, but I really believe investing into yourself is the key. You got to invest into yourself. You know what I mean? You have to. You got to invest into yourself, invest into your own education. I really, really recommend that. That's what's grown my business. I still train all the time, books, webinars, coaching, everything. You know, I'm the Facebook guy, right? And I still pay $2,500 for consulting for Facebook. And it's not that the people that we do that with are just so great and almighty. It's just what Jaime said earlier. They have a different perspective. They run Facebook differently than I do, meaning they can see opportunities that I can't. So for me, that's worthwhile to pay $2,500 for. Does that make sense to everyone? So again, I think I can't encourage people enough. If you can get help, get it, because you will avoid so many mistakes. You think you're saving money by not getting help, but you're actually losing it because the opportunity cost, the time, the mistakes, you know, not seizing certain opportunities that you should be, they can cost you a lot of money. Cool. Yeah, someone says totally makes sense. Perpetual student because life never stops teaching. Exactly. It really doesn't. And, sure, no, I totally understand. Totally understand, yeah. Cool. Mark says, good question. Will Camp ever branch out from Facebook ads and other platforms? 100%, right? Like we'll have a big emphasis and even Instagram too, and live streaming. Sure. Like Camp is about marketing directly. So again, the class is, it's Customer Acquisition Master's Program. It's not about Facebook, right? Obviously, Facebook's our focus and everyone needs to have the foundation. But guess what? As other platforms emerge, you know, I'll put out another course specifically for, you know, Camp members to say, hey, this is another opportunity, right? At the end of the day, we're in the business of finding people customers and helping their businesses and getting paid to do so. That's a cool business to be in. So 100%, Mark, it will. It's community. I want it to be community driven, you know? Like, again, you see, like right now, I'm talking to people. So if you guys bring up something and everyone's like, yo, that's a really good idea, we'll do it, right? That's what's kind of fun about it. You know, and even to come up with Camp and the idea and the premise, I mean, it took us, you know, this last year of tinkering with things like our partner program, you know, doing things like relaunching Clicks into Customers, doing the membership site Gene Pool, and then finally saying, let's put this all together and really position this as a career, you know, as a career that people can do right away to completely change their lives right now, this second. No more waiting, no more excuses. Here's everything you fucking need. The only thing that's going to hold you back is you, right, Mark? So that's kind of what we're positioning with that. Brian says, I like that you're working with serious online marketers and not the chiropractors that's looking to expand his practice. Yeah, man. I like that it's career focused, Mark. Yeah, 100%, Brian. Yeah, it's really about a career. It's about a career, you know. Someone called me a guru earlier, right? And I was like, don't call me a guru. Just because I don't want to be associated with that, right? Like I really don't. That's why I like being more aligned with the school and that comparison and a real career, you know. And, you know, I want this to be, I don't know what the job title is going to be in 5 years, but basically a job title that we're creating together. You know what I mean? And there's this secret group of 10,000 people all making 6-7 figures. Like, who the fuck are they and what do they do? You know, and they're running campaigns when they want. And I mean, that's, I don't know. I'm talking long-term vision shit, but you know what I mean. Cool. Any other questions I can answer for you guys? Side notes, comments, feedback, mics, whatever you guys want to do before we hop off here. clicksandcovers.com. Use passcode BOSS. Sure. What's up, Brian? Do you want to mute on mic or do you want to type? Mike, hold on 1 second. Brian's back. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. A couple quick questions here. So earlier on in the presentation, you're talking about building out a campaign for example, the yoga people. So you were saying, hey, man, you know what? Go ahead, just get 10 prospects. Should I create 10 separate campaigns and 10 separate landing pages? In other words, each prospect gets their own, or
so
do I just do one?
It's a give and take here. So realistically, It's going to increase your chances of, you know, closing when it's that specific, because then they paint the picture and saying, hey, do you want this? However, time-wise, like here's a strategy that I gave somebody that was part of our camp training calls when they were partner calls. And I said, this is what you can do. Make one for the industry, go to Upwork.com, find somebody to literally take the text that I gave you guys already and go prospect it to everybody and then just take the appointments. There's a way to scale your time. That makes sense.
Say that again. Sorry, I get that.
I'll give it to you. So what you want to do is create one. This is an option. Create one prospecting video for a certain industry.
Okay.
So let's say you create it for like carpet cleaning, like we were talking about earlier. Okay.
Sure.
And then have someone on Upwork.com find somebody who works like hourly for like $5 an hour in a different country where the exchange rate's different, so it's profitable for both. And then tell them to, one, create a prospecting list of all the carpet cleaning companies in the country or whatever, something, people who fit this criteria, they have videos, etc. And then once they find that, to go ahead and send them the message that I gave you guys to send them and have them do it for you. So that way, even if you're working or working on something else, you have someone that's always prospecting for you. Does that make sense?
Totally. And as far as the video that you suggested that we do, you know, hey, Mr. Prospect, here's the landing page. You don't use the word landing page, but here's the page, and here's the, you know, the campaign. Would I do one custom or just one? I would do, in that case, one generic video.
Yeah.
This is how we lay out the campaign, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can do generic, but again, like if it's depending on the relationship. So if you have someone you know they're going to watch it and it's a serious contender, I would make it specifically for them. If it's completely cold in the space, you could probably go broad and get away with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you were suggesting that, just to confirm that, you know, once we send out these emails to these people, do we call back everyone or just the people who responded back? I presume you were saying everyone.
Everybody. Because the thing is, the videos take a good amount of effort to create, right? And so
Yep.
I highly suggest everyone definitely call and have them watch it, right? Because sometimes, especially if they're just getting a message, maybe they just overlooked it and they could really be interested, which I find is most of the time the case, you know?
Okay, so if I get them on the phone and they haven't watched it, do I say, hey, we'll watch it and I'll call you back, or just make them try to watch it right on the spot?
If you can, take them through a product demo, walk them through it on join.me, which I'll go into, I think, in the next week a little bit more. But yeah, if you can, walk them through the presentation right there. That's the ultimate. And just say, hey, this is what I want to do for you. And that's when you're going to close.
Okay, and so this concept here, I'm going to basically offer to do this for these guys for free just to get the case study.
Exactly. And then if you can, optimal situation, like you're a great relationship builder, tell them you pay the advertising spend and, you know, I'll do this. If it's worth it, but now if it's a huge franchise that you see there's a ton of upside with and it really makes sense, then it's worth you just fronting it and not even having that conversation, right? So you kind of got to use your discretion for what makes sense there.
Okay, and for something like a yoga place,
Mm-hmm.
I think because I just joined last night, so I don't think I have access yet to the camp stuff fully, but will there be some suggestions on price? Like, do I charge these guys $500?
Yeah, I go over in this week 6 of this Clicks and the Customers. I cover that a lot, going into price, and then also to make sure you guys are all at the live call next week because we go over a lot of nitty gritty stuff. But for pricing for different industries, for something like yoga, which we've done before, and like I got people working in all the time, you can charge $1,000 for your fee, $1,000 for advertising, and be fine.
Wow, you can sell it for a G? Nice.
all day. Well, the thing, I mean, again, so it all goes back to the value proposition of, you know, if you can bring them, let's say you bring them 30 members, right? And they're all paying $100 a month unlimited. Okay, that means they make $3,000 that month. Now, if you're charging $1,000 and their advertising is only $1,000, well, there's your 3-to-1 ratio, right? Plus, those people are going to stick around for next month, so they're really going to be profiting.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty sweet. And the last thing was on a personalized URL. Something I've done in the past is I just, you know, mywebsite.com/company name. So in the instance you were saying earlier, you know, Watch This Yoga One. Would it be okay to throw it up on mydomain.com/watchthisyoga1 or just go get the domain watchthiscompanynames.com?
Sure. You know, and also too, I'll tell everyone, because I think this is important, everyone, expect the no's, right? Expect the no's. Do not beat yourself up. What you're doing is increasing your chances of getting on the phone. This versus any other way of kind of cold prospecting is going to perform a lot better. So I want to stick everyone right here, set proper expectations. When you hear no, guess what? Laugh about it and keep moving because you will get yours.
Okay, cool. So the freebie up front, hey, it's for results. And for the first month, is it the first month you pitch it for free, or just, hey, ongoing because I'm committed to results? I mean, I don't need the phone.
Not even a month. Not even a month. Literally, say I'm going to spend $100 for you and show you what I can do, right? So you see the foundation of, look, I'm going to send you, look, Steve, tomorrow I'm going to send you some motherfucking leads, okay?
Right.
And when I do, if I deliver on what I'm saying, can we work together? And I mean, they're going to say, well, in every business owner says the same thing. Well, if it's making me money, of course I'll do it. Well, good, Steve. So tomorrow I'm going to call you after work once you see what's happening, and then let's work this out.
Good stuff. Thanks, man.
Absolutely, brother. Cool. All right, peoples. Billy Jean is signing off, I believe. Chris Such got a good call. He said phone them when they're watching, 100%. Exactly, Ashley, exactly. Teresa says, that's what I want. I want to see it work. See what work. That's how I built my business, Teresa. So this is cool, and I don't think people realize this. Everything I'm showing you this is it. And also, too, how my students are doing. Like, this is how they're getting their stuff. They're leveraging the same strategies. So, hell yeah, Teresa, do me a favor. I would like you to call in to us. And once it happens to you, I want you to just testify, because right now you're living in that world, and we're all guilty of it to some extent, of limiting belief, right? So you're kind of like, Billy, it looks good. I know it can work, but is this really going to work for me? And the only thing that's going to get you over that hump is to get it done. And when you do, Teresa, woo! I want to hear about it, and I want to hear about it on video. So I can go on calls like this, and I can share that shit, and I can make more money. That's what we're in the business of doing, people. We make more money by making others money. Simple. And it's not a pyramid scheme or MLM. How about that, huh? How about that? Well, rock and roll. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. Again, I believe if this is what you're passionate about it, and I believe if you really enjoy this stuff, then it's only a matter of time before you come into camp. And what I encourage you to do is to do it now and save money in the process. Because what's going to happen here is you're going to continue to be on our alumni calls. You're going to continue to hear testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. You're going to continue to see me put out free content that's going to help you a bunch. You're going to be like, damn it, why am I not messing with that crew of people and just get left behind? You are. That's what's going to happen if you don't take action. And not much will change, right? But then again, first of all, you went through this course, and next week is still killer. Still got more good shit coming. You'll see how it all comes together. And, I mean, a lot of you do well just in here. But that additional support, I'm a fan of it. Accountability, accountability, accountability. Accountability. Okay? Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I think every time I get on these calls, I go back and I say, shit, I was at my mom's house trying to figure out, trying to have my friend, this is true, this is fun too, to think about this. So my buddy Hector, he's my guy. When we go out now, literally I don't let him pay for anything. So when I was really trying to get the business off the ground, he had Bank of America, I have Bank of America. If both people have Bank of America, they can transfer money together at no additional fee. You can just transfer it. I cannot count the number of times, this is a true story, that I overdrafted and I would hit him and I'd be like, hey man, do you have like $60, whatever? No questions asked, anything. He would transfer me money back. That wasn't that long ago. So anyways, that's what it did for me, this skill set that we're sharing with you. So I really hope you guys can have some awesome stories too. And I will talk to you soon. I'm out of here. No more overdraft transfer shit. No more. I'm done. Later.